Here is another video about my autism mom thoughts. And I was just kind of like putting together a little bit on like things that can be super triggering for autism parents or parents of disabled children. One of the things that is really annoying is when people are like, oh, they'll grow out of it. And autism, it isn't a phase. It isn't something they're going to grow out of. And it just is, it's pretty insensitive to say. So maybe instead say stuff like, how can I better support you as he grows? Are there things that I need to know that would help? Just kind of include them, and don't say things like, oh, it'll grow out of it. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. Stuff like that. It's just super insensitive. One of the things that is also super triggering is, oh, he'll eat, just leave the food out. Like, he'll eat, he'll eventually eat. It's not like he's gonna starve. I found that a lot of people that tend to forget to eat or stuff like that are a little bit autistic, and it's because I kind of feel like there's a disconnection between their senses on whether they're hungry or too full. And so like he won't remember to eat, and he if he doesn't have his safe foods, like he's not going to eat just because he's hungry. He will just fill up on water and not eat. So maybe instead say like, what are his safe foods, and make sure that you include some of that in your home if that autistic child is part of your family, extended family, and like keep some of those safe foods in your pantry for those parents, because we carry a lot of stuff and sometimes we might forget something, and maybe you have something that would be helpful for us. All kids do that. All kids do that. Again, that's like very dismissive of our kids' journey and our kids' challenges. Maybe your kid does do something similar to our kid, but like we're going through a major amount of challenges and it's just insensitive. So maybe ask more about, well, do you know why they're doing that? Is there something that we can do to help him? Like, how can I better support you? Have you tried this? Like a lot of people are like, heavy metal detoxes. Have you tried cutting out food dyes? Have you tried? There's a lot of things that I wish I could do for Connor, and I can't do those things because like I would love to get him off red food dye. Red food dye is one of his favorite things in the whole world, and he doesn't eat. He's in food therapy, so I can't get rid of red food dye because that is one of his safe foods. Something about red food is like his favorite. He doesn't look autistic. Autistic doesn't have a look. And it's, again, something really insensitive to say. Maybe say, what is autism like for him? And try to learn more about what autism is like for that specific child. You need to be stricter. Like, you need to discipline more. Like, that's okay, cool, thanks for that. That's also insensitive, and it's blaming the parent for the kid's behavior that is neurological. Like, that's stupid. That's stupid. A lot of the times kids who have autism, it's very triggering to be disciplined. Like, I can't even discipline my other child who's not autistic, because if I discipline him around my child who is autistic, he'll start hitting himself and he'll start crying and screaming, and he'll try to push me or my husband because he doesn't want us disciplining Cutler. And so I don't know, it's just mind your business. Mind your business. You know him best and what works for him, what works for you guys when this stuff happens. Like, just be kind. My kid does that too. It's normal. Again, you're dismissing their challenges and their difficulties. Instead, say something like, how can I support you better when this happens? I could never do that. I could never do what you do. Again, you're like disassociating us from you. You're making us in a different class, and we just want to fit in, and we just want to kind of forget that we are different sometimes. So instead say, I see how much you love him. You're doing an awesome job. Something else is like, at least it's not something worse. Oh, thanks. Like, it's not cancer. It's not like he's obviously not dying, but you're invalidating the challenges we go through every day again. So maybe just validate if an autistic parent is talking to you and like venting. Just listen, and let them know it's okay to feel what you're feeling. Your feelings are valid. It's okay to be overwhelmed. Is there something I can do to help support you and your family? He'll be fine. You don't need to hover. Yeah, I do. It's for his safety and protection, and you're like discounting my judgment for my child that I live with every day. So maybe offer, how can I help to watch him? Or because I would tell you he's a one-on-one, and we have to watch him because he could get drawn to water outside and he could easily drown, or he could put something in his mouth, or he doesn't see danger like other people sees danger. It would be very easy for somebody to take off with him, and he does not look back and like find you. There was one time we were out at the farm and Connor went missing, and he was out halfway in the field and he was just sitting down crying because he didn't know, even though he could see grandma's house, he didn't know how to get back. It was very sad and depressing. You're just being overprotective. Again, you're questioning our judgment. We know what works best for our child. Say more like, I respect how you advocate for your child. You're doing a great job. You just need more. He just needs more friends. He needs more social life. That is so triggering. Friendship is one of the worst questions and the worst things to talk about, because there's nothing more than we want for our children than to be able to be part of society and have friends and have love. And kids are cruel. Kids are cruel. So maybe instead teach your children what autism is like and how they can communicate differently, and try to figure out ways that your children can include our children. You're making excuses for his behavior. Instead of understanding us, you're blaming us. You should say things like, what helps when he gets overwhelmed? A lot of kids that are autistic or disabled can end up being a little bit violent or have some breakdowns, and it's because they are so frustrated with the inability to communicate effectively that it comes out in anger. So instead of like blaming or judging our child when they do have meltdowns, ask about things that you can do to better help in those situations. You shouldn't label your child. You shouldn't always be telling everybody he has autism or whatever your child has. That would be great. I advocate and tell people nonstop, because I'm telling them for you to understand, so that you don't judge him, so that you are kinder to him. I shouldn't have to label him. You are correct. I should not have to label him. But because society and everybody judges him once he enters a room because he's a little more loud and he doesn't talk and he doesn't act as normal as everybody else, I have to label him so that he can better be safe, protected, and understood. Don't worry, he'll catch up. The timelines, just forget about the timelines. We're almost always behind or learning something different. And you ask about what have they progressed in lately, like what's going on with them in school, and then we'll tell you about the things that they're accomplishing. Just leave him with a babysitter. He'll be fine. I would have to spend a week with somebody in order for them to sit down and watch him, and I'd have to train them on everything. It's just so much safer, and I feel so much better if he's in my house and if he's with me, because his little cries, like he has different squeals and pitches, and a lot of the times they're normal, but sometimes they're not normal. And then I know if he's gotten into something or not gotten into something, or if he's getting hungry or if he's not hungry. Like, I know all of the things. It would take me forever to train somebody else. So yeah, if you want to help, maybe ask what are things, like show me how I can watch him, like ask about what they need. So help me understand how I can watch him. I'm willing to learn, something like that. I'm sure that if you've watched this whole thing and you are an autistic parent, I'm sure you've been asked or told certain things that are very triggering. Put it down in the comments. And then if you're just somebody trying to learn because your family member is that, just know that we want you to lead with kindness, teach your family about it, help your kids include our children, and just be understanding and less judgmental. We just want our child to be with your child, and we don't want to feel different, and we don't want to feel like the outcast of the group.